Yay! My name is Barb and this is The Font. This is round 2 of the Costa 2020 fiction reviews. And today we are looking at debut fiction. You all look lovely, by the way. This channel has the best viewers and subscribers. Y'all enthusiastic, I love it! Plus, nobody is looking at me funny because I know nothing about sports. Y'all are the best. But speaking of sports, I did have a funny sort of a week. I said I was going to review the debut novels. I did not realize that my Christmas roster at work had metastasized into a circle of hell, and the books that I was doing, some of them were kind of long. I have been spending 6 days going these books like Rocky Balboa. 5 a.m, I've got audio, I've got digital on my phone, I'm wearing sweatbands, I'm drinking Gatorade, but I made it. So without further ado, The Font presents its own version of the Costa 2020 Awards. So I'm not really sentimental, well, not to any debilitating degree, but this book that I'm going to talk about, I finished it in the food court. I finished the books everywhere. I swear to God, I was reading like a freaking nutcase. But anyway, by the time I finished it, my eyes looked like they had myxomatosis. They were like damp and they were like red. It was just embarrassing. And the culprit is All the Water in the World by Raney. 16-year-old Maddie Wakefield has leukemia, and she has been raised by her single mother, Eve. And Maddie wants to reconnect with her father, Antonio, who left before she was born. There are a couple of things that this book does very well. I like the symbolic use of water and the use of art to convey that thorniest of mortal questions. What do we do with this limited little bit of life that we are allotted? And what happens when we have to give it back? The premise of the book may seem cliche. Eve, a protective and nurturing mother, watches her sparkling, curious, precious daughter slip away. But I tell you, you would have to be hewn in granite not to feel the compassion for these two characters by the end of the book. For a debut novelist dealing with such hard-hitting themes, Raney has shown balance and restraint, which is both rare and reassuring in a debut writer. The Font rewards Raney with a lovely 4th place prize of a mitre. Pleased to meet you, me to please you. Fantastic effort, Kaz. Congratulations. Good job, Dal. The 4th and 3rd place getters were, I think, equally well written, but I felt that this next novel was just like a smudge, like a little bit more relevant and fresh. So The Family Tree, written by Sairish Hussain, is about a British Muslim family. Amjad loses his wife at the young age of 31, and he has to raise his school-aged son Sahil and his newborn daughter Zara. I tell you what is stellar about The Family Tree. I happen to work and live in an area that has quite a dense Muslim population, and I've done so for years. Man, she really nails Muslim culture and particularly Muslim family. So Muslim families are really close-knit, and in the Muslim culture, friends and family support one another. It's really beautiful, actually. And of course the media largely disregards all of that. Now, I call this novel a buildings roman because we're watching Sahil and Zahra grow up raised by dad and grandma. Not always perfectly, but always with care and love. When Sahil graduates from university, a tragedy occurs and the family falls apart. And then we see just how important and life-giving those family connections are when they are no longer in play. It was a weensy bit long and the ending was very tidy. It felt like it had a lawnmower run over its top and the sides had been groomed with an edge trimmer. Should I call it unsophisticated? Am I being too mean? You decide. I gave it third place for its fair and accurate portrayal of Muslim culture. Sairish Hussain, your special lucky door prize is a limited edition opal bolo tie. All I can say, Sairish, is that if you don't want it, I'll have it. Now, who has read Big Girl Small Town by Michelle Gallen? If it's not popular yet, I reckon it absolutely will be. And it was my favourite book to read of all the debut novels. The action takes place in a small divided border town in Northern Ireland. Magella, and you have to say Magella because she's Irish. Magella, she's Catholic and she works in a chippy called the Assault and Battered. Food for fighting for. The other chippy in town is called the Codfather and you go there to get proddy chips. It's so funny. The structure of the book is like a week in the life of Magella. I say that badly, but it's Magella. You have to sort of, anyway. In this particular week, Magella has her grandmother murdered. No spoiler at all, it's just part of the thing. Anyway, she's also lost her father and she's lost her uncle who blew himself up, as you do when you are an IRA operative, like yikes. Magella embodies the culture of her small town, Ahibogi. Far out, man. She acts predictably on the surface, serving the same food to the same customers day after day. But tragedy and dysfunction run below her routines like the river Styx. It's madly funny, and amid the violence and the working class grind, the town get on with the business of food, sex and gossip. The local patois is a scream. If you can get a hold of the audio version, do it. It's very, very funny. It's proper Derry Girls. Big Girl Small Town needs a very special award in keeping with the spirit of the town. Second place receives a genuine Chico roll. No one knows exactly what this Australian legend is made of, and who cares because it's nom nom nom. Good on you, Michelle Gallen. Great effort. Wonderful stuff. Okay, I got to tell you straight that I did not enjoy reading the book that I awarded the first place to. It's an unconventional love story set in Trinidad, and the forces that attract and repel love run very strong in this book. That's why it's so ugly gritty and so good at the same time. Love After Love by Ingrid Persaud has 3 POVs, and the 3 narrators get pretty much equal airtime. Miss Betty has an abusive husband who dies, and she is left to raise their young son Soldo. Mr. Cheatham, a gay teacher, enters the story and he becomes like a surrogate husband and father. Their love, that's the core of the story. Mr. Cheatham is Christ-like actually. He's decent, kind and probably really too good for this mortal coil. Solo carries the rage of his father's death, and Betty is associated with Madakali, raw female energy. Now, each of these has an enormous capacity for love, but circumstances push them into the shadows of love. So things get real messy. This is a winning book because of its sheer power and innovation. The author, what am I even doing? The author is inferring that the love relationships do not have to be or look a certain way. Who made up those rules? Can anyone remember why? Love After Love lies beyond outmoded social templates. Good! Because most of them cause a great deal of misery. Ingrid Persaud, the font salutes you and awards you its top prize. I present you with Gay Christmas Mermaid Santa. It's different but lovely. Congratulations, darling. So thank you for being so... I don't know what's happening with me this week. I'm going to go and get some rest. Maybe it's Gatorade. Maybe it's too many books. I don't even know. I'm so pleased that you're here and that you're watching and that you're subscribing, all that sort of stuff. I love you all. I'm going to go and calm down now. Mwah. moi, moi. Thank you, see you. What's a good one? I thought last week's one I looked a little bit shit. Make me look awesome. Do I look awesome? Do I look awesome? Do I look awesome?
Why are you holding it up on the shelf?
No, should I? Should I not? Should I do like up on the shoulder?
Well, it is like the Christmas period, so.
La 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 la.